Assalamu alaikum, my dear students, and good morning to everybody. How are you? Well, I'm Mohammad Mamunur Rahman. In my previous class that was held yesterday, I have taught you something about classification of pronoun. And in exam halls, you may have to answer some questions regarding that topics. For examples, the question may be set like this: write down the definition of pronoun and how many types of pronoun are there in English grammar, and write their definition with examples. Or you may also be asked to identify a certain amount of a underlined word in a sentence. Okay, now come to our today's lesson. Well, my dear students, once again, we also learn another classification, that is classification of noun. Well, I think you know that a noun is a naming word. A noun is a naming word which indicates a name or which refers a name. And you may classify noun in many ways, but the most important and most standard and most easiest way to classify a noun like this, there are 5 kinds of noun: proper noun, common noun, collective noun, material noun, and abstract noun. So first of all, it is proper noun. Proper noun. Well, my dear students, proper noun is one kind of parts of speech or one kind of noun which indicates a particular person, animals or things, particular persons, place or things, particular person, place or things. So let's see some examples. Dhaka is a busy city. Himmel is a good boy. Here, Dhaka is a certain place, and for this reason, it is a proper noun, and Himmel is also one individual's name, that is Himmel, and it is also a proper noun. Now, we are going to learn something about common noun. Well, common noun is such type of a noun which refers to every person, place or thing of the same class. To every person, place or thing of the same class. My dear students, please notice that I have mentioned here class. Does it refer any educational institutions, rooms or a group of students? No. Here class means race, caste or society or community of the same society, same community or same race. Every person, everything, every place are of the same race is called proper noun. It's called common noun. So I am going to show you some examples here. First of all, we have learned proper noun, and now we are trying to learn common noun. So proper noun may be a person, that is Rana. Okay. Man. I'm writing something. Please keep patience. Okay. And again, University of Dhaka. That is University. My dear students, I am writing some examples here for your better understanding. Okay, I think you will be understood it. So here first is Rana. The first example is Rana, which refers a particular or individuals. That's why it is called a proper noun. But here man, though Rana is a man, but man it can refer any man. It can refer any man, not a particular man. And it may be every man we are living in the world. Every man we live in the world, and that's why all or every person of the same race is called a common noun. It's a common noun. And again, Sheila here can be an woman, and women refers every woman. And again, Dhaka is one kind of city or one of the city in our country, but city can refer any city we have in the world or in our country. Again, University of Dhaka is very much a particular or definite university, but if we say only university, that it may refer any university we have in our country or we have in the world. And same, we know that we have 7 days. We have 7 days in a week, and Friday is one of them. And Friday refers one particular day, but day can be any one of them. So day is a common noun. And again, September is one kind of month, is a definite month, but month can be anyone. It may be January, February, or every month. That is common noun. I think you can understand now. Let's have a turn something about collective nouns. Well, collective nouns. Collective means collections or groups, and the noun which refers or a group of people, a group of things, a group of animals is called collective noun. A group of people, a group of things, or a group of animals can be called a collective noun. I am showing you something about collective noun, that is a group of and collective noun. A group of people can make crowd. And again, a group of students is called a class. A group of books or a lot of books can make a library. And again, a group of employees can make a staff. Well, a group of players can make a team. A group of members can make a committee. My dear students, here if we find a group of people, animal or thing, it will be a collective noun. For example, a group of people and all the people can make a crowd, and again a group of students can make a class, and a lot of books, we can find out these books in a library. And again, employees, players and members, all the things mentioned here can be formed as a collective noun. So, but collective noun may be used in different ways, and I am going to show you some important facts. I am going to show something important facts about collective noun. Okay, my dear students, collective noun, if you find a collective noun which is singular and with a verb and which also be a singular, then it will always be a collective noun. It will always be a collective noun. It can't be changed. It will not turn into another form. For examples, our team has won the game. Our team has won the game. And again, another example is the committee has met and took a decision. Okay, look at those examples. Our team is a collective noun, we know, and it is formed as a singular one. And again, has is also a singular verb. That's why our rules says that collective noun singular. If we find a singular collective noun with a singular verb, it will always be a pure collective noun. A pure collective noun. And again, here committee is also a singular and is followed by a singular verb. And for this reason, a committee is also a pure singular, pure collective noun. But if you find a collective noun which is also singular but is followed by a plural verb, plural verb, then it will be a noun of multitude. Noun of multitude. Noun of multitude. For example, like this one, the committee have met and took some decisions. The committee have met. Here, committee is singular. Our rules that says that collective noun with a singular. Committee is singular, but it is followed by a plural verb. It is followed by a plural verb. And for this reason, this very same collective noun can be turned into a noun of multitude here. Noun of multitude. I think you can understand. Another important thing is how a collective noun can be changed or turned into a common noun. I am showing you this collective plus s or es, which makes a plural. That means plural collective can be a common noun. Common noun. For examples, we support several teams and he controls the classes with iron hand. Okay, my dear students, I have shown you two examples which is about how a collective noun can be turned into a common noun. Here, team. After team, we add s, and that's why it turned into a plural one. Teams is here plural. And if a collective noun is formed in plural form, that noun will be turned into a common noun. That's why teams, here teams is a common noun. Again, he controls the classes with iron hand. Here classes is also a plural, and that's why it will be a common noun. I think you can understand the matter. Now come to our next important nouns, that is material noun. Material noun. Well, material noun is something like substance which can be touched, which can be taken, and which cannot be counted. If you count it anyways, it will turn into a common noun again. If you count a material noun, it will turn into a common noun. For example, such type of material noun is milk, water, gold, paper, poverty, wood, etc. And some maybe sugar. Okay, don't need to show any more examples. I think you can understand. Milk, water, gold, paper, poverty, wood, etc. are called material noun. So now we can see how they can be used in a sentence. That is, another name of water is called life. Another name of water is called life. And again, gold is a precious metal. So here water and gold is a material noun. But if we find out this material noun and placed before a I'm showing you a structure here, that is any article plus material noun plus any kind of preposition, then it will turn into a common noun. Common noun. For example, I am showing this example by using this word water. Again, the water of this pond is dirty. The water of this pond is dirty. Here water, before this material noun we use an determiner or article the, and again after that we use preposition of, and that's why it has no longer exists. It is no longer exists as a material noun. It turns into a common noun. Common noun. And again we can use this material noun gold by like this, by showing the gold of this ring is pure. The gold of this ring is pure. Here the article gold and a preposition. For this reason it's a common noun. I think you can understand. So now come to the point of abstract noun. And my dear students, I have already discussed about four types of noun, and these four types of noun can be regarded as concrete noun. Okay, now come to the point of abstract noun. Abstract noun. Actually, abstract means idea or feeling. It can't be touched, it can't be tasted, it can't be counted, and they don't have any physical existence. They don't have any physical existence, like honesty, well, here I am showing you another example. Honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the best policy. Here, honesty is an abstract noun. But if you write like this, the honesty of this boy is praiseworthy. Praiseworthy. Again, article and preposition, so it will turn into a common noun. And again, we want justice. We want justice, but here justice is an abstract noun. But if you write like this, he is a justice of Supreme Court. He is a justice of Supreme Court. Article, justice, and preposition, that's why it's a common noun. So I think you can understand the matter. So I have already discussed 5 important items of noun. 5 important types of noun. Another 2 important noun will be countable and uncountable noun. This is so much easy. Countable means the noun which can be counted, and uncountable means the noun which cannot be counted. So like pen, paper, books, all the things are the finest example of countable noun. But uncountable means hair and some honesty, happiness, you love. You cannot say I have 5 love for you, so you can't count a love. So, and you may ask that hair, you can count 1 or 2, 3 hairs, but can you count the whole amount of hair of something's head? No. That's why it can't be allowed to be regarded as countable noun, because the definition of countable noun, that is, you have to count anything and give an result. Give an result by counting all the elements of that things. Okay, I think you can understand. Now I am going to show you one important or one interesting thing, that is bread. Bread is an uncountable noun. You may say like this, please give me 1 bread or 2 bread, but it will be a wrong idea or wrong conception. You may say like this, please give me 2 pieces of bread. But you can't say, please give me 2 breads. Okay, I think you can understand. And another important fact, that is, you must know or you must bear in your mind that units, the things which has units is called uncountable noun, but the units will be countable noun. The units will be countable noun. For example, furniture. Weight, height, etc. Furniture, the units may be table, chair, rack, rack, etc. Height may be feet, inch or centimeter, meter, etc. Actually, these are the example of height, and weight may be kg, gram, kilogram, etc. And I have mentioned that all the things which has some units is uncountable noun, but those units can be regarded as countable nouns. So that's all for today. I think you all have enjoyed the class, and in next week I will come with another important topic. Till then, goodbye. Assalamu alaikum.